Hi, Doc. So nice talking to you. I know you have a trump card for us today. Is it true that customers can save over $500,000 per year only at the testing stage? How it happens?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, hi, Maria. Thank you for this opportunity to talk with you today. It's a pleasure. So when you get into pace
Thank
savings,
you.
what we do with our pace is we have what we believe are the tightest tolerances in the industry with our steel belt pasters compared to we also have cotton belt pasters. And where we look at savings is that
Mhm.
on a steel belt paster, even on our drum paster, and to some degree, even on our fixed orifice pasters, we can control weight variance depending on the size of the grid, plus or minus 1 to 2 grams per plate. On a traditional paster, cotton belt paster that people may be running, you can get 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 grams per plate. Well, at $1 a pound for lead or whatever the lead price is today, it's still pretty expensive. The savings add up very quickly, especially if you're making hundreds of thousands of plates a day or a shift and making 5, 10, 15,000 batteries a month. The savings escalate really fast, and that's where you can save a lot of money with the right paster doing the right job.
So it means that with one paster you can save more and with another less.
Yeah, absolutely. With the anything you do is to like the steel belt paster or the drum paster, where you can get very tight tolerances because you're running continuous strip and you can paste accurately. You can save a lot of money. But also on top of that, with both of those pasters and with our fixed orifice paster, you can evenly overpaste on the top and bottom. You get full grid wire coverage on both sides. And basically, that's something a cotton belt paster, a traditional cotton belt paster cannot do. When you have that advantage, you're going to get longer life in the battery. You're going to get a slowdown of corrosion because wires on both sides are covered. You're going to save on warranty claims and other stuff. So the savings are, yes, you can save on lead and money right off the bat, but you also save on the other end too, and you make customers more happy.
We would say it's not only about money, it's also about the quality of battery and about the reputation.
That is absolutely true. It's you can save on both ends, and at the end of the day, if you're making a quality product, your sales are going to go up and up.
For instance, hopper leveling system. How is it different from other systems and how it makes the life easier?
Basically, what we have done, and we've spent several years trying to work on a really good system that can adjust the hopper level and accurately within a thousandth of an inch. It can move up and down. It can move the four corners of the hopper. And it's a simple push button for the operator. Historically, an operator would have to take a wrench and would have to adjust each corner of the hopper, lean over the hopper, which can be a safety issue. And now all he has to do is push one of four arrows up or down. We even have safeties within that they can only go so far in each corner so they don't damage the hopper, which will prevent, which will help maintain the life of the hopper. So the ease for the operator, it's simpler, it's easy, it's cleaner, and it's more accurate. Now they know exactly what they're moving up and down. And there are a lot of advantages to the system. One of the main things we put in with our system is we wanted to design it in a way where the blocks and the screws wouldn't wear out so quick. And the way we have it all tied together, working with servo motors, we've been able to accomplish that. It's definitely safety related, and it's much more accurate. It's going to give an operator, when an operator needs to adjust something, now they know exactly what they're adjusting to. We use sensors that sense the height, and the operator can now move it exactly where they want to go. And then they can use those settings for the next time they run that plate. And they can go right back to those settings. So it makes life for an operator a lot easier. and more consistent product.
Also, you have new shorter oven. What is the length of this oven?
Yeah, so we're very excited about this new oven that we're working on, and we'll have some production tests by as early as next week. But we've already done some production tests. We'll have more detailed ones next week. But basically, it's the oven that we're coming out with now. It's basically called the heater roll oven. It's about 3.5 meters, about 12 foot long, to a standard oven, which is about double the size, or sometimes 2.5 times as much. A standard oven can go anywhere from 7 to 9 meters long, and ours is about 3.5 meters.
Will it be the same efficient with such a short length?
That was the trick in designing this oven. We had to make sure that it could handle the same speeds at the same quality of the plates, and we believe we've been able to accomplish that. We will know more once we put it into a full production line, and that will happen within the next month. But all of our initial tests and all of our initial running of plates through this oven, we've been very pleased with the success and how it's worked, and we look forward to coming to the industry with a lot more information in the next 2 to 6 weeks.
By the way, how can customers benefit from this lens?
So basically, there's an old adage in the battery plant: space equals money.
Yes.
So if you have space restrictions, there are customers out there that have a lot of old battery plants that can't put a stacker or a robot palletizer at the end of their pasting line because they don't have the room. So now if you take their existing 8-meter oven and cut it in half, and now you have room to put a stacker or maybe a palletizer, that can save labor, that can save time, that can increase efficiency, and also increase profitability for a customer. So we believe that the space savings of this for customers will be a very, very big feature for them.
When will it be available for the market? You mentioned you're doing tests right now.
Our goal is before the end of the year to have this ready for the market. That's our goal. Maybe even a little sooner, but we want to do our due diligence. We want to make sure that it can handle the speeds of both cast and continuous. It is designed to run for both cast and continuous, and we're very pleased with initial results. And if we follow through on our tests, certainly by the end of the year, we'll be able to offer this to the market. 2020 has been a crazy year, and we're looking forward to coming out with a bang. We're working on a number of projects that we believe will be ready to introduce to the market by 2021 that we hope will not only benefit Mac Engineering, but benefit all the customers and benefit this industry and give them a chance to be more competitive, more productive, and make more money. And we think we have machines that can do all those things.
Now it's a new plate reject system. What type of defects will it be looking for actually?
Yeah, so what we're looking for is, some of the most common defects people think of are, like missing pellets. So we can easily do that. But beyond that, sometimes coming off a divider, you'll get miscuts or plates that aren't cut through, which would cause a jam in a stacker. It can detect that. If a plate is too far skewed out of center, which would cause a jam in a stacker with a robot, it can detect that. So those are the main things we're looking for: defects within the pasting, defects within the cutting, or defects within the transfer that would cause either a bad plate to go into a battery or a plate that would go into a stacker machine that would cause a jam. And the idea is to increase the efficiency for the company so they don't have to deal with these little issues and make everything more smooth, and at the end of the day, give a more consistent product.
It seems it's pretty multifunctional detection system.
Yes, it can be set up. The technology today with the cameras that are using can really detect a lot of different features at very high speeds.
Yeah.
It's very, what they can do to the technology today is very good. So we're just using the technology, obviously with our integration and our ingenuity to put it all together. And we have the machine done. We're just looking right now for a place to put it, which we hope will be very soon. And once we've finalized that, we hope to again by 2021 have this ready for the market as well.
Yeah, so it will be like very fruitful year for all your startups.
2020 has been such a bad year for the industry, bad year for the world in general. Here at Mac, we decided early on that we weren't just going to try to survive, that we knew that we had to be progressive and we had to come out on the other end of this coronavirus with ideas and machines and opportunities for people and for customers to basically benefit them. And we did not stop. We ramped up our R&D during this time, and we continued with all these projects. And where we could have very easily sat back and just kind of waited it out, then picked it up on the other side, we did not want to do that. We wanted to take an aggressive approach, and we feel we've done that.
And the last but not the least, your new double-sided paster. Is this like a fixed orifice paster, or does it differ?
Yeah, so the beauty of it is it's like the product, the end result is like a fixed orifice paster, but without a lot of the problems of a fixed orifice paster. So when we went that, we have spent a lot of time working on fixed orifice pasters, and I've always made a statement throughout the industry to almost anybody I've ever talked about that if a fixed orifice paster was so good, everybody in the world would run one, because ideally you get the best product. You get even overpaste top and bottom. The problem in general with the fixed orifice paster is very difficult to run. You have to have very consistent grids, very consistent paste, very knowledgeable operators. So when we took on this project of a double-sided paster, we wanted to say, the main advantage of our cotton belt paster has always been that you can basically put anything into the cotton belt paster. You can put bad grids, bad paste, good paste, and it will run. So we wanted to try to take some of that feature and incorporate it. And how do we do that and get even over paste like an FOP? Well, this is our idea to come out with a double-sided paster, which kind of combines both. We have the front end design of a fixed orifice paste with a back end design of a cotton belt. So the paste is being applied traditionally like an FOP to get over paste top and bottom, but there's the belt right there as it's being applied to basically transfer it out, which eliminates a lot of those problems of an FOP. Our initial results were fantastic. We got incredible overpaste on top and bottom running a cotton belt. We have built the first machine. We expect that in a full production line in October. We're very excited about that as well. So between the double-sided paster, the shorter oven, the plate reject system, the hopper leveling system, we also have some other things we're working on as well. We have about 3 other projects we're working on as well for the future. So,
sounds really promising.
Yeah, we're doing a double robotic load and unload for COS machines. We're doing new E-dividers, electronic dividers for continuous lines, whether lugs in, lugs out. We are not slowing down. We are moving forward, and we plan to be aggressive both now and into 2021 and beyond.
Lots of success. And I believe that 2021 will, have a revenge to 2020.
We all hope you're right.
Yeah. how much of a paste do you expect from this new double-sided paster?
The initial tests were pretty incredible. We were getting almost we were getting over a millimeter on both sides, which is insane amount of overpaste. We don't expect that much. But I'd like to
That's
think
great.
it's somewhere between 0.25 and 0.5 per side millimeter overpaste per side. So a lot of customers like to target a 1 millimeter total overpaste, and we're hoping that we can achieve that evenly. One of the things that I always like to make clear with Mac Engineering, and we've been like this for over 50 years, we're an engineering company, and you know, all these ideas that we come up with, all these ideas and machines we manufacture come from talking with customers, talking with people like you and Anton who visit customers regularly and getting the feedback of what customers want. We want customers to know that we are always willing to look into projects. We're always willing to do things. And when we decide to do a project, it's usually because we have a customer or customers that have come and asked us. And we feel good about that because we want to listen to customers. We want to provide what they need. And we want, obviously, our customers to be successful.
What are the customers' key values from country to country, if you've noticed any? I mean, do some regions give preference to cost, some to quality, some of them to speed of supply or manufacturer's location? And were those values impacted by the pandemic, to your mind?
Yeah, so I think that's a very good question. There's definitely different regions focus on different things. I think speed. I see a lot more speed requirements, ironically, within a mixture of companies that do a lot of the same product over and over again will tend to gear towards speed. Companies that have wide ranges of product will understand that speed isn't as important because changeover is huge. I think it more goes company by company than it necessarily does region by region. I think within, but we've seen some of the largest companies in the world try to run as fast as they can, and some of the largest companies in the world run much slower, but try to run much more consistently. So I think there's an interesting dynamic between how companies do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of countries where it comes into is a lot comes down to regulations. I know in the United States, I know in Europe. Regulations for air quality have been becoming stricter and stricter as we go along. And maybe Asia may be slightly behind that, but they're coming up as well. Some countries have had to be more aggressive with air restriction quality and trying to limit stuff than others. But all of that's catching up to each other, and everybody's kind of on the same page. I think what's interesting in our industry is I think our battle is we battle so many fronts. We battle lead, and we battle clean air, and we battle the perception that lead is bad, and we have to fight off like lithium and all this type of other battery markets that are going to try to use lead against us. But lead is still lead acid battery is still one of the safest batteries around to run, operate, and cost to manufacture is much less.
And can Mac satisfy all those values mentioned earlier? Can you meet all the requirements if they come all in one?
Another good question. I think it's interesting. I think as a company, we can do many things. And yes, we can probably satisfy a lot of those or most of them. But I think it also comes down to a company that we're dealing with, that what they prioritize. Sometimes money is a factor and they can't put do everything they want. As far as the technology is there, we are experienced. We have a great set of engineers. I know what our people can do, and we can certainly design machines, particularly for customers. And that's at the end of the day what we do. When I started in this industry 23 years ago, the common thing was you would sell a standard piece of equipment. Well, today there is no more standard piece of equipment. Every customer wants something different. And I think it's one of our strengths that we listen and will If one company needs this because of this regulation or this because of that, we'll do it for them. And we want to be that company that makes something maybe a little different. Maybe it's a little harder on our end because we have to produce all these different machines, but we want the customers to be happy at the end of the day. And that's most important for them to meet their needs.
That's why so many companies love Mac.
Yes. Thank you. And we love this industry, so believe me.
Yeah, I wish you lots of success for October and for the next year with all of your projects.
Thank you, Maria. Appreciate the opportunity, and we'll be talking again soon.